Let's see the fear now. I've been driving hot spots, leaving scars for remorse. I got bark, won't starve. I am my dreamer. I'm a master of my fate. I'm a master of my fate. I'm a master of my fate.
This week on TNA Xplosion, Gia Miller goes around the ring with the leader of Order 4, Mustafa Ali. The Don West, you gotta be kidding me, top 5 trending topics of the week, in case you missed it. And in our main event, it's singles action as Ryan Nemeth goes one-on-one with Jake Painter. But first, it's From the Vault, presented by TNA+. Xplosion starts now.
Is set for one fall, and it is for the TNA World Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers, first from Hollywood, California, Hollywood Hunk, Ryan Nemeth.
What an opportunity for the Nemeth brothers tonight and against all odds.
Oh my God. From Cleveland, Ohio, he is the wanted man, Nemeth!
Well, they've been a bit of a team their entire lives, brothers, but they've been a tag team in pro wrestling for what, 24 hours?
If that.
And now looking to walk out of Chicago with tag team gold. It's a tall ask. But can these lifelong friends, these blood brothers, can they start a new career as tag team champions?
In order to do it, they'll have to tear down the system, the reigning TNA World Tag Team Champions.
Trust the system.
Demolish everything that's in our way.
Their opponents being accompanied by one half of the TNA Knockouts World Tag Team Champions, representing the system. They are the reigning and defending TNA World Tag Team Champions, Eddie Edwards, and the most professional wrestler, Brian Myers.
Earlier on tonight on the Countdown to Against All Odds, Alicia Edwards started things off on a positive note for the system, defending the Knockouts World Tag Team titles alongside Masha Slamovich against the Hex. Now it's time for Edwards and Myers, who have reigned for 98 days as champions. They dethroned the ABC back at Sacrifice.
That's right. And Myers and Edwards, they may not be blood, but they have something that's stronger than that. And no, Dom, I'm not talking about money. They got that. I'm not talking about talent. They got that oozing out their pores. I'm talking about the most important thing in this business. They have power.
Do they have mental fortitude? Because last night on Impact, the system visited the Hardy compound, and they went for the wildest ride I think we've ever seen, but it all happened between their ears, Raywald. So you gotta wonder, are Myers and Edwards all with it coming into this title defense?
I mean, they're gonna have to be. I have not seen a stronger team, a stronger bond in a long time than I have between all members of the system. Broken Matt Hardy's acid trip aside that he tried to inflict upon the system, these are a group of people who are stronger than ever.
Sports Illustrated, there's a fantastic article on SI.com where Ryan Nemeth said this opportunity to tag with his brother, he said, quote, "It's insane. To tag with him and learn from him firsthand is priceless. I mean, can you freaking imagine how cool this is?" And it's pretty cool that hashtag Against All Odds is trending right now. Thank you for tuning in worldwide live on TNA+.
And look, I can understand exactly that quote you're talking about from Ryan Nemeth. I understand. I go way back with Ryan Nemeth as well as with Nick Nemeth. These guys have been in similar systems. They've been kind of orbiting each other in pro wrestling for many years.
Got an early cover here for the titles, kick out at 2.
But that said, as we've pointed out, they've never had the opportunity to truly work with one another like they have here in TNA, finally, at this point in their careers.
Nick Nemeth went for a neck breaker there and a drop kick right to the face. Oh, and follows one up there for Myers. In that same Sports Illustrated article, Nick Nemeth said, I am the luckiest guy in the world to be tagging with my brother. Oh, and there's Alicia Edwards grabbing a hold of Nick Nemeth, trying to prevent a super kick, and Eddie Edwards chops down the one-in man. Wait a minute,
What the hell?
it's Dirty Dango.
What's he doing back here?
We haven't seen Dango in months, and what? Alicia Edwards just got ejected from ringside. I think Dirty Dango drew the officials' attention to Alicia's involvement.
If there's one guy I never thought would be a low-down, dirty stooge, it would Dirty Dango. What the hell?
Dango doing the right thing.
Exactly. What the hell?
Hold on, Edwards took his eye off the matchup and a kick out there. Nemeth nearly had him.
Look, I know there.
Oh.
I don't want to read it between the lines, but I know there's a lot of history between Dango and Nick Nemeth, and of course Ryan Nemeth too. They go way back in this business. But to come out, show up back here,
I've seen him in months.
a friggin' turncoat, if you ask me.
Knee right to the head of Nick Nemeth. I remember what the focus of the system has been for the bulk of this year. Eliminate Nick Nemeth from TNA.
Well, right now, the system have Nick Nemeth, the wanted man. They have him exactly where they want him. The teamwork continues for the system.
A distraction provided by Myers and Edwards on the attack. Oh, belly back suplex there by Myers. Here's the cover. Hand in the face and a kick out there by Nick Nemeth. Was back at Hard to Kill in January. That was the night that the system came into existence. It was the night that Moose captured the TNA World Championship from Alex Shelley and kicked this whole thing off. And, well, speaking of which, that was also the night that Nick Nemeth surprised and shocked the world and arrived in TNA.
Cover here.
Cover. Oh, and a kick out there by Nick Nemeth. Ever since Nick Nemeth has been chasing the TNA World Championship, he had his opportunity one-on-one with Moose at Rebellion. Plenty of controversy there as it appeared Nemeth's shoulder was off the mat, but the referee's decision was final that night. It was the impact after Rebellion that Eddie Edwards managed to defeat Nick Nemeth with plenty of chaos going on at ringside.
Courtesy of Ryan Nemeth.
Courtesy of Brian Myers instigating Ryan Nemeth, who was a guest of TNA in the crowd that night. Tag made. In comes Ryan Nemeth.
To turn things around, Nick Nemeth able to get the tag to his brother here, hoping to turn the tide in this title match.
And Ryan Nemeth quickly here in TNA has had success. Was on the winning side of the Champions Challenge match weeks ago. Himself and Broken Matt Hardy defeated these two, Myers and Edwards, all recently on Impact to earn this. Here's the cover. Oh, and a kick out by Myers.
But this is a whole nother level here. We are live in front of the world. The titles are on the line. The pressure of the moment is greater than anything so far for Ryan Nemeth here in TNA.
And Myers with a boot there, a cheap shot to Nick Nemeth. Dirty Dango checking on Nick Nemeth. Dango, I guess, protecting the sanctity of this matchup on the outside. There's a sentence I thought I'd never say.
That doesn't sit weird with you?
Oh, and a spear by Myers. Edwards is legal. Here's the cover. Nick Nemeth saving the matchup. I agree, it does strike me as weird.
Yeah, and that's coming from a guy who used to be defined as the resident weirdo here in TNA. He's just flipping everything on a script here.
Let's focus back in on the match here. The TNA World Tag Team titles are on the line, and Eddie Edwards teeing off here on Ryan Nemeth. So far, Edwards and Myers only have 2 successful defenses of these championships in nearly 100 days. They turned away the legendary team, the Motor City Machine Guns, And they also put down Speedball Mountain back at Rebellion.
Hey, it's not about quantity, it's about quality. And that's everything the system does, is with top tier quality.
Oh, now Ryan Nemeth out of the corner, trying to fight out of the system's corner, trying to make a tag to his brother Nick. Oh, drop toe hold there by Myers, elbow right to the back of the neck.
No tag here, denied by a multi-time tag team champion.
Shoots the half, here's the cover, and a kick out.
A multi-time champion in his own right, Brian Myers, is why he is the most professional wrestler.
4 for Myers between TNA and WWE. 8 for Eddie Edwards between TNA and also Ring of Honor. 12 major tag titles between Myers and Edwards.
Tag team royalty here, and now making their own lineage as a member of the system.
Nemeth, thought he had a hold of Myers, but Myers had made the tag. Edwards was legal. Ryan Nemeth wasn't aware.
Once again, beautiful tag team work, courtesy of the system.
Eddie Edwards taunting Nick Nemeth. That impact after Rebellion. Eddie Edwards got the upper hand thanks to the involvement of the system, defeated Nick Nemeth, and after the fact, Moose and company wrapped a steel chair around Nemeth's neck, smashed him to bits. That put Nick Nemeth on the shelf for weeks.
Nasty headbutts and stomps here by Eddie Edwards. And you know what? This is a smart play too. This is a little something with Nick Nemeth and Ryan Nemeth being such a new team and then being so bonded as family. There's an emotional component here that could get the better of Nick Nemeth or Ryan Nemeth in this matchup. Myers and Edwards, they know this is all straight down the line business. Doesn't matter how nasty it gets. This is all about business for them. This is much more emotional for the Nemeths.
I think also very interesting, last night on Impact, the ABC, they tried to isolate Nick Nemeth. Got a lot of 2-on-1 offense against the wanted man. Nick Nemeth wrestled the bulk of the time in that matchup for the Nemeth brothers. The system turning that around, and again, in a 24-hour span, how is the stamina? How's the gas tank for this team? An unproven team, albeit. And Ryan Nemeth, a little flurry there, but taken down by Myers.
And so far, everything looking so good for this system.
Cover here to retain the TNA World Tag Team titles, and Ryan Nemeth gets the shoulder up. And the fans here in Chicago going after Eddie Edwards for his faux hawk after Eddie Edwards was beaten by Joe Hendry weeks ago on Impact.
Well, like I said, I love the city. I don't love the people.
Hendry, that was maybe the biggest win of his entire career. He beat a 2-time TNA World Champion in Edwards.
Wait, look out!
From behind, Ryan Nemeth drops Myers. And that one was out of desperation.
You see there, Ryan Nemeth, that took everything as a, hey, hold up.
Look out. There's the TNA World Champion, Moose.
He's here to motivate his team, his boys in the system, the face of the franchise leading the charge.
It shows you the threat that the Nemeths pose. Moose has to defend his TNA World Championship later on tonight against Matt Hardy in a Broken Rules match.
Or maybe Moose just wants to even the odds with Dango out here, as right now Nemeth is turning things around for him and his brother.
Dango's done nothing wrong for the record. And a shot there at Myers, and now Nick Nemeth with the elbow drop. Can the Nemeths win the tag titles? A kick out.
It'll take more than that to put down a former TNA World Champion in Eddie Edwards.
Now Nick Nemeth trying to set up. Is it time for a Famouser?
Denied there for a second at least.
And now gets the Famouser on Edwards. Center of the ring. Do we have new tag team champions? And a kick out by Edwards. You can see Moose nearly sprung into the ring.
Moose is just passionate about the success of the system.
I think he's worried about the strength of the system.
Yeah, you're a mind reader now, Hannafin. That's it, right?
It's the first time we've ever seen Moose come out ringside for a championship match that wasn't his own, as long as the system has ever existed.
It's a big night for the system, that's all. Quit reading between lines that aren't there. Instead, focus on the beatdown that Eddie Edwards is giving to Nick Nemeth.
Kick right to the face and a backpack stunner with the elbow drop. Classic combination for these two. Cover. Nick Nemeth able to kick out.
Edwards can't believe it as we take one more look here. The back stunner. Boom! Right into the elbow drop. But somehow, Nick Nemeth digs down deep and stays in this matchup.
Eddie Edwards and Myers going opposite corners.
And Nemeth alone in the middle of the ring.
On Ryan Nemeth holding up Eddie Edwards. On Nick Nemeth. Oh, who's thinking about danger zone there on Eddie Edwards. Thwarted the attack of Brian Myers. Shoulder first into the post goes Myers.
Myers had crashed into the floor. Look
Super
out.
kick. An out-looking Nick Nemeth tags in Ryan Nemeth.
No way, no breaking
Face
way.
first. Danger zone. Can it happen? Cover. Oh, what the hell?
What happened? It was off the side of the screen. I don't know what the hell happened. Somebody grabbed the referee.
Well, the match continues and Nick Nemeth just wiped out Moose. Oh, and Dirty Dango just took a shot at Ryan Nemeth. What the hell?
Now it makes sense.
The official didn't see Dango strike Ryan Nemeth. Boston knee party. Cover. The system pulls a fast one.
Here are your winners and still TNA World Tag Team Champions, The System.
I was questioning my faith in reality, in society, when Dango came out here defending the Nemeth, but this is what I like to see.
And now, here on TNA Xplosion, it's time for the Don West You've Got to Be Kidding Me Top 5 Trending Topics of the Week in honor of the late great TNA Hall of Famer, Don West. At number 5, tickets are on sale now to the general public for TNA Wrestling's upcoming events in Tempe, Arizona on June 6th and 7th, and Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania on June 20th and 21st. Head to TNAWrestling.com and get your tickets now for TNA in the greater Phoenix area and Pittsburgh. At number 4, following the events of Unbreakable last night in Las Vegas, the ante has been upped for Rebellion. Mustafa Ali versus Mike Santana will now be a Falls Count Anywhere match on Sunday, April 27th, live on pay-per-view and TNA Plus on the campus of USC in Los Angeles at Rebellion. At number 3, speaking of Rebellion, it was last night on TNA Impact, the Countdown to Unbreakable, that we learned we will see a 4-way match for the TNA Knockouts World Tag Team titles at Rebellion. You can get your tickets now via TNAWrestling.com. Join us for TNA in LA. At number 2, we're in the midst of the biggest wrestling weekend of the year, and TNA Wrestling was right in the middle of it last night for Unbreakable live on TNA Plus in Las Vegas. If you weren't able to see Unbreakable live, you can watch it back. Plus, TNA Impact, the Countdown to Unbreakable, on demand now on TNA Plus. And at number 1, last night on TNA Impact, the Countdown to Unbreakable, Elijah took center stage in St. Joseph, Missouri, and put out an open challenge for Rebellion. We'll see the first ever Walk with Elijah open challenge live on pay-per-view and TNA Plus, Sunday, April 27th in Los Angeles at Rebellion. Still to come before Ryan Nemeth is in action at Rebellion. He'll face Jake Painter in singles competition. But up next, it's Around the Ring with Gia Miller, starring Mustafa Ali, right here on Xplosion. Welcome back to TNA Xplosion, and now it's time for Around the Ring with Gia Miller.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Around the Ring. As always, I'm your host, Gia Miller, and today we are sitting down with none other than Mustafa Ali.
What a beautiful name I have, don't I?
You do. Thank you so much for joining me.
The way you say it too, a little southern charm on it.
A little twang on it.
I love it.
Well, thank you so much for sitting down with me today.
My pleasure.
The pleasure is all mine. You are a very interesting character. I mean, we know how incredible of a wrestler you are, but that's not what we talk about here. We talk about anything but.
Anything but.
And I know you've got a lot going on.
I do. I got a few things.
What's new in the world of Ali?
Not so much new, but something that's kind of special that I think a lot of the viewers of TNA may or may not be familiar with, but I think it's a cool kind of like facet. So I've been wrestling for like 22 years or something like that. And I'm relatively new in the TNA locker room, so a lot of the brothers and the sisters in the locker room have been observing me fasting. It's the month of Ramadan. In the religion of Islam, we abstain from food and water from sunrise to sunset.
Wow.
And I know a lot of people are like, that's so hard, that's so that. And then you combine that with the travel, wrestling, you know what we do.
Yeah.
It's hectic. And I remember the easiest way that I explain to people is like, it's not meant to be a hardship. It's meant to be like an understanding. And what I mean by that is I'm fasting today, right? But I know at a particular time, no matter what, I'm going to eat. I got a credit card in my pocket. I got cash over here. There's food is accessible. It's right there.
Yes.
I will eat. There are people all over the world that have that same hunger that I'm feeling right now, and they have no idea when that next meal is coming.
Yeah.
And when you put that into perspective, all of a sudden these like trivial problems that we have day to day don't seem like such a big problem, now, right? So that's the mindset you're going with it. So I'm in this like a very good space of just like appreciating what I have, what I want, what I've gotten, what I want to do. It's all from a place of like admiration and appreciation for what I do have versus what others don't. So like, that's kind of going on. Tomorrow's Eid. So Ramadan's 30 days and it caps off with an Eid. I guess the best way for me to like compare is like, it's kind of like Christmas, right? Like the family comes over, the kids get presents, it's food all day. It's like Thanksgiving and Christmas combined, I guess.
Gosh.
So tomorrow.
First day of the year.
Tomorrow I'll land at 9 a.m. My wife will pick me up and we'll go straight to celebration time. So I'm happy. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, like, all right, let's get the show. Let's get the show going.
Yes, so all that's going on.
Yeah. Well, speaking of getting the show going, yesterday.
Yeah.
It was a special day for you.
Why is that?
Well, it was a birthday.
Yesterday.
Yeah. But
yesterday was special.
But how did it feel to celebrate your birthday here with
I didn't tell anybody until the end of the night, and then it kind of slipped out, and everyone got really mad because they wanted to get a cake or something like that.
Yeah, we do birthdays big here.
I know. I heard it's like kind of
snuck
under the radar
now
there. But now you know.
Yeah.
Next year you guys got me. Yeah. No. I'm not one to like, I don't mind if someone makes their birthday a big deal. It's your birthday, but to me, I'm each day is special, right? We get to get up and we get to do something that a lot of people watching this dream of doing and may not be able to do ever.
Right.
So that's a present enough for me. But yeah, I'm not gonna tell you how old I am. I don't look. I love her.
Yeah, you're 21, right?
21.
Yeah.
I mean, I move like I'm 21.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
But I'm definitely not 21. I appreciate it though.
Okay, 25. Sorry.
Straight shooter here.
Yeah, we'll be for real. 25. I started saying that I just turned 27.
Yeah.
And I have
Is
reached...
it 27 air quotes or is it 27?
No, it's actually 27. But I have started, I'm like, okay, this is the age where I can start getting away with.
Yeah.
I'm turning 21 for the 6th time.
For the 6th time.
For the 7th time or whatever. I'm going to be 21 for the next 20 years.
So I had to say this because Ashley did this. We were on the same flight over here. And like, I'm a gentleman. I'm a nice guy.
You are.
And as I went to like offer to lift her bag, she just like throws her bag in there. I was like, all right, never mind. But the lady right behind you, like, I'll help her bag. But probs to you, looking mighty jacked nowadays.
I'm trying. I'm jacked Gia Miller. It's a new era. But thank you so much for sitting down with me. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Yeah, probably your best guest you ever had, but we don't include that in. Top three?
We can confirm that for sure. Absolutely.
We covered a lot of topics today.
We did. This has been a great one.
Ramadan, Eid, jacked. Birthdays. It was like less than 4. Double pay.
Oh yeah.
I get paid for this, right?
Yeah. Anyway, guys, this has been Around the Ring. You don't get paid for it.
Up next, did you miss anything from Impact? No problem, we'll get you all caught up. It's In Case You Missed It, next on Xplosion. Welcome back to TNA Xplosion, and now it's time for In Case You Missed It. Welcome back to TNA Impact. This is the countdown to Unbreakable. This is our main event.
Trust the system.
Demolish everything.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Bayside, New York, weighing in at 231 pounds, the most professional wrestler, representing the system, Brian Myers.
And tonight here in St. Joseph, Missouri, Brian Myers has no backup because the rest of the system is in Las Vegas for TNA Unbreakable, which begins immediately following Impact tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern, live exclusively on TNA+. The rest of the system readying for competition at Unbreakable.
But they don't call Brian Myers the most professional wrestler for nothing. He is ready to hold down the fort in the Impact Zone.
And his opponent, from Bradford, England, weighing in at 198 pounds, Leon Slater.
Now, Leon Slater has plenty to look ahead to 1 week from Sunday at Rebellion, live on pay-per-view and TNA Plus in Los Angeles. Leon Slater is a part of the field for Ultimate X, competing for the X Division Championship at Rebellion.
And earlier tonight, Leon Slater made it very clear that he is all about keeping the momentum running, heading into that historic matchup. Dead set still on becoming that youngest ever X Division champion come Rebellion.
Casey Navarro, earlier on tonight, by virtue of beating Cody Deaner, gained entry into Ultimate X. So the field as it stands as of right now is Moose in defense of his X Division championship, plus Leon Slater, the incomparable El Hijo del Vikingo, Matt Cardona, and Casey Navarro. One more entrant is yet to be determined. Brian Myers is making no friends this evening in the greater Kansas City area, and he has no friends, no backup whatsoever.
Well, don't worry, nobody's friends with Sign Guy anyway, so nobody cares.
So here we go. This is Leon Slater one-on-one with Brian Myers. Leon Slater not backing down. Remember, it wasn't too long ago that the system tried to recruit Leon Slater to be their errand boy, their bag boy, so to speak. Slater turned them down, and the system has been making Slater's life difficult ever since.
They gave him a chance to learn under the real learning tree of the system. An offer he refused, I might add.
Now Slater, right after Brian Myers faced off against Ryan Nemeth. A little bit of payback following sacrifice as the Nemeth brothers left one of Leon Slater's mentors, Matt Hardy, beaten and bloodied inside of a cage. We've seen how Leon Slater has fought back against both Nick and Ryan Nemeth.
And not only that, the system as well, Leon Slater, to the point you're making, very intimately familiar with the system. Competed against them in that giant 10-man tag team cage match at Sacrifice.
And the system and the Colognes that night tried to take greater control of TNA wrestling. It's been up and down as of late for the system, though it appears the situation within the system has been resolved for the time being after Eddie Edwards called the entire group into question.
And it kicked everybody into gear. I believe the system is back on the upswing as we head towards Rebellion.
Now, last week we saw Brian Myers and JDC with help defeat the Rascals. Moose withstood Cody Deaner in an impromptu X Division title defense. And Eddie Edwards got past Steve Macklin, again with the involvement of his wife Alicia on the outside, plus the Northern Armory getting involved to a degree at ringside. Oh, the system proving themselves that evening to Eddie Edwards.
Everybody stepped up. Everybody dug in for the system.
And now Slater measuring Myers.
Myers thinking better of it, though.
Uh-oh, Slater measuring Myers, was thinking about big plays. Slater, Myers felt it coming. Uh-oh. Oh, shoulder first into the steel post.
I was going to say it was a great strategy by Myers moving inward to avoid the dive, but Slater caught him, but the most professional wrestler thinks ahead.
Very creative there by Slater, but then Myers turns things around in a spear on the outside. Can Slater get back in it against Myers of the system? This match continues on Impact. And we are back here on TNA Impact. This is our main event as a part of the countdown to Unbreakable. Brian Myers of the system has been in control of Leon Slater through the commercial break, and the youngest in charge is in real trouble right now.
Myers showing his veteran instincts here. The youngest in charge, forgive me, looking more like the young boy in the ring with the veteran. You saw Myers trying to taunt Leon Slater at the beginning of the match, using that kind of talk, trying to get into the head of Leon Slater.
Slater back up to his feet, big forearm shiver, trying to stagger Myers, and Myers takes Slater off his feet. This is, of course, the countdown to Unbreakable, because immediately following this matchup, following Impact, live on TNA Plus at the top of the hour, it'll be Unbreakable, live from the Cox Pavilion in Las Vegas. It's all a part of our Road to Rebellion, which is 1 week away from Sunday on the campus of USC in Los Angeles. You can get tickets now for all these events. You can see at the bottom of your screen at TNAWrestling.com.
Myers trying to start everything tonight off for the system the right way. As you said earlier, the rest of them will be competing at Unbreakable later tonight. Myers trying to set the tone.
And if you're not already watching Impact this evening on TNA Plus, head to watch.tnawrestling.com right now to subscribe. It's the only way to see TNA Unbreakable live from Vegas.
That boot right to the face of Myers from Slater, and now picking up steam.
Oh, single leg drop kick right between the eyes, and Slater showing that resolve, that promise that the Hardys believe in so much.
But there are no Hardys. There are no system. This is truly mano-a-mano here.
Slater going up top, measuring Brian Myers through the skies, the crossover. Here's the cover, hook to the leg, over a kick out by Myers.
Myers, ever the veteran, digging down deep to stay in this one.
Leon Slater, no stranger to battling the system, is his own fight to look ahead to 1 week from Sunday at Rebellion. Gonna try and capture the X Division Championship in Ultimate X. Could Leon Slater become the youngest X Division champion of all time at Rebellion?
Looking to make that history. Calls himself, he is the moment maker.
Oh! Leg lariat, cover, oh, and Myers gets the left shoulder up in time.
Tried to seize the moment right there, but not enough to put Myers down.
Myers was loaded up for the roster cut, got intercepted by that leg lariat from Leon Slater.
And Slater really wants to keep this momentum going. Both guys here have a lot on the line.
Oh!
In terms of momentum.
Myers off the enziguri, doubles over Slater. Impaler DDT!
Good night.
Could this be it? Myers, can't end the night for Slater.
Myers can't believe it. And credit where it is due. Leon Slater, somehow, some way, digging down to stay in this fight.
Now it's Myers who's going up top. Slater is down. Myers does not often go to the high red district, and Slater went up to catch him. Down goes Myers.
All the way to the floor. And Myers, and now Leon Slater, looking like a light bulb went off.
Hold on a second. Wait. Slater loading up. Big play, Slater!
Good God! Every time I see it, I don't believe it any more than I did before. Take a look at Slater fly.
Slater leaping clean out of the ring. And the fans here in the greater Kansas City area cheering on Slater. Myers rolled out of the ring, trying to avoid more danger. The hell is Myers doing?
Myers reaching for his jacket. He probably wants to get the hell out of here after that.
Oh, and Slater tracking down Myers, who was rummaging around in the pocket.
Well, Myers obviously disoriented after that huge dive.
Wait a minute, wait a minute. Oh, Myers was trying to put on that system ring. The referee sees the ring. Oh, and a low blow by Myers. The referee's getting the ring out of the way, and a roster cut by Myers. Myers is beating Slater.
Here is your winner, Brian Myers.
I told you Myers wanted to set the tone for the rest of the night and unbreakable for the system, and he did just that. Myers playing 4D chess with Leon Slater.
Myers takes a shortcut and gets the win against Leon Slater tonight on TNA Impact. The countdown to Unbreakable. Up next, our Xplosion main event features Ryan Nemeth squaring off with Jake Painter. Don't go anywhere. This match is next on Xplosion. Welcome back to TNA Xplosion, and now it's time for your main event.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from St. Joseph, Missouri, weighing in at 210 pounds, Jake Painter.
We are set for action here on TNA Xplosion in the greater Kansas City area, St. Joseph, Missouri. Jake Painter getting his first opportunity in a TNA ring.
Yeah, what an incredible opportunity for St. Joseph's local boy. But now he's got to go up against one of my favorite people.
I can sense your sarcasm, and I appreciate it.
And his opponent from Hollywood, California, weighing in at 214 pounds, Ryan Nemeth.
On Sunday, April 27th in Los Angeles, live on pay-per-view and TNA Plus at the Galen Center on the campus of USC. Nick and Ryan Nemeth will face Matt and Jeff Hardy for the TNA World Tag Team titles at Rebellion.
Yeah, they've claimed to be the greatest brother tag team in all of pro wrestling. That's what I would call, and I'm putting this quite nicely, delusion.
Well, par for the course, especially when it comes to Ryan Nemeth. So much of his time here in TNA wrestling has been spent at his brother's side, and as we saw these two compete for the TNA World Tag Team titles early in 2024, their tenure in this company, and it was a feel-good situation. But now heading into Rebellion, it is completely different. The actions of Nick and Ryan Nemeth that sacrificed, leaving Matt Hardy beaten and bloodied inside the cage was reprehensible.
Just terrible. And don't forget what he said about my bangs, Tom.
Yeah, oh, I didn't forget about it, but you know, I tried to block it out of my mind, as I'm sure you have.
I know they say forgive and forget, but I will not do either.
Fireman's carry takeover there by Ryan Nemeth, going after the left arm. How do you think Ryan Nemeth is going to fare in this matchup at Rebellion? It's going to be difficult for him to hide.
Oh, it'll be very difficult, and I am hoping that Ryan Nemeth gets exactly what he deserves.
Now Nemeth able to bring down Painter once again.
And the disrespect to Painter. Oh.
Would you describe him as a hunk?
That's what it says on his backside, but I don't necessarily know if I agree with it. I'm about to hunk Chucks.
Ooh! Kick right to the midsection there of Jake Painter.
And by that, I meant throw up.
Now Painter out of the corner.
Oh.
Gonna turn on the speed here. Wise decision against Ryan Nemeth. Series of arm drags. And now Jake Painter. Oh, hitting the inverted atomic drop.
Impressive athleticism from the artist of the ring.
Nice backbreaker there. His brother Jack made a name for himself right here in St. Joseph, Missouri in pro wrestling. His uncle Matt is currently the head coach of the Purdue men's basketball team. And speaking of Purdue, his cousin Curtis was a quarterback for the Boilermakers once upon a time.
Oh, so it makes sense that he has all the athleticism on his side, but Lord, that was a hard fall.
Taking another look at this, Painter was rolling here, and Ryan Nemeth, boom, connected with this drop kick, and down went Painter very hard to the outside. Now climbing back into the ring here against Nemeth.
I'm so glad that we went to replay on that because I was looking at something quite disgusting from Ryan Nemeth. More disrespect. I don't even know where it comes from. He's spoiled rotten.
Comes from his face.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
I guess you're right.
on the second rope. Now Ryan Nemeth
Oh.
mocking the Hardys.
He wishes.
Oh, elbow right between the eyes of Jake Painter.
Something tells me that Ryan Nemeth is just not taking this very seriously. He's just kind of being a jerk.
So he's being Ryan Nemeth.
Yeah, I don't know what else I expected out of him.
Oh, rude awakening there, the neck breaker. Hook to the inside, leg. Oh, and a kick out there by Painter. I think Ryan Nemeth severely underestimated his opponent coming in here. Has been continued to toy with Painter. Chance of Jake tonight in the impact zone. The jealousy of the Nemeths was completely laid out recently on impact by Nick Nemeth. The arrival of the Hardys in TNA wrestling in 2024. Nick believing they stole his spotlight. And now Ryan Nemeth continuing to play this up to the crowd here. And go for another elbow drop, and instead it's Painter going to the midsection.
That's exactly what he gets for taunting and making a joke out of everything. Makes sense that he's a comedian.
Now Nemeth sent off the ropes, and Painter able to drop Ryan Nemeth, and look at this. Jake Painter has got a whole head of steam here.
So showing a lot of fire here tonight.
Painter, connects with a kick. On the move. Forearm shot. Now what's Painter? What's Painter thinking about here? Oh! Double underhook into the backbreaker. Here's the cover. By Ryan Nemeth able to power out at 2.
Oh, wow. That was close. I mean, that would have been incredible if Jake Painter was able to pick up a victory. And, what would it have done to the ego of Ryan Nemeth?
It would have shattered it. This would be a major upset if Jake Painter took out TNA's own Ryan Nemeth this close to rebellion. Painter went for the double knees in the corner. Ryan Nemeth able to evade. Now Ryan, connects with the DDT. And now there is the big Hollywood ending from the Hollywood Hunk. Ryan Nemeth gets the win on Xplosion.
Here is your winner, Ryan Nemeth.
Well, I can say what I like, but Ryan Nemeth is your victor, and that means he's got momentum on his side, and he's going to feel confident going into Rebellion.
Could Ryan Nemeth, of all people, be the catalyst for Nick and Ryan Nemeth dethroning the Hardys for the TNA World Tag Team titles at Rebellion?